Let me show you Project Cuda. It's a 1967 Plymouth Barracuda. Picked it up off of eBay, and it's one of my project cars. Didn't come with all the parts, but got a back seat, no front seats. But it's kind of dark, but you might be able to see that. It's actually a manual transmission car. And I got a 4-speed transmission and rebuilt 360 with it. So I already did some work to it. I painted the K-frame and got some 67 Plymouth blue. I don't know, they had about, seemed like a dozen different blues to choose from in 67, but I picked out a darker one that I thought would look good, and I painted the engine bay. And dropped the motor and tranny in it. Just did a test fit. Originally it came with a 273. So the mounts were off the 273, I guess, and they don't quite work on 360. Looked like the driver's side looks like it fit in pretty good, but the passenger side, I had to put it in the mount on backwards and try to fit it up. Only connected with 2 bolts so far, so I'm gonna have to modify that and fabricate, do some fabrication. But yeah, essentially, previous owner had bought the car complete, and he was going to do total restoration for it. So he tore it apart. I guess he found another engine for it. He wanted to build a 360. So basically, got the 360 built and the transmission rebuilt, ready to go back in, but stopped on the project. In the meantime, he sold some of the parts out. Instrument panels gone, front fenders were gone, front seats are gone, and he kind of sold what he had left. So, you know, overall the trunk's good shape. Of course, has some little quarter panel rot, and floor pan rot, but basically a new gas tank do have. But yeah, the plan is, I mean, I'll just put it together with what I got, and before I do any body work. I mean, I'll do the floor pans so we don't have any holes in it. I have a passenger side quarter panel skin I could put on it, but like I said, I'll probably leave that for now. Just get it. One thing, it has a dual plane, or dual intake on it for 2 carbs. Edelbrock. I don't know if I'm gonna use that because, of course, carbs didn't come with it. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna use that or just swap out the intake for a single carb. If you guys got any suggestion of or need a dual plane intake, let me know for 360. I'm not sure how I'm going to set it up. This is my first A body. I'm a B body man mostly, but Barracudas are good. This Notchback, of course. I don't know. I like the fastbacks. Of course, everybody seems to like the fastbacks better. But I don't know. After picking it up, and you know, I don't see anything wrong with the Notchbacks either. I think it'll make a nice car. Should be a good runner. I've got Carlisle coming up next month, so head up there and get some parts for it. I did find a couple fenders. Guy down in North Carolina, he had a parts car. You know, he hit it on Craigslist, parts car, 67 Barracuda, and I asked him, you know, what he wanted for the fenders, because the fenders are hard to find. And he was like, oh, they're no good, you don't want those. And I'm like, well, you don't understand, I don't have any fenders, so a couple old rusted fenders is better than nothing. So he said, well, if you pull them, he said $20 a piece, you can have them. So we drove down, it was North Carolina, drove down there, picked them up one weekend. Actually, both fenders, this passenger side is pretty rough. You can see that the top of the fender rusted out, which I'm not used to. You can see where it bolts on, it's all rusted out. I guess the water set because of the horizontal lip there. The water set in there, rusted it out. This is the passenger side, it's pretty dent and rolled up. This front end of it's all rolled up. So I'm not sure if I can fix this or not. It's pretty rough shape. But the driver's side, well, I ended up, I got like both fenders for $20, so couldn't pass that up. But the driver's side was a little better shape. It had the top rusted off too, but there was enough to patch it together, so I fixed that. And I still need to do some work on the dog leg. It was rusted out, but definitely the driver's side is salvageable. I'll put that on this one. Yeah, I'll probably work on it too, unless I can find another one. Another Barracuda fender. I mean, the 67, they don't have any marker light in them, so they're different than the 68 or 9. But the 68 has a single round marker light, and the 69 has a rectangle one. But you know, any of those that era can work. The shape of it's the same, so you can fill in marker lights, make a 67 out of a 68 or 69. So that's doable. I get he got me 2 new doors with it too. See, this one has rod on the lower corner and a scrape there. But heck, for now, I'm just gonna leave it, roll with the doors that are on it. Like I say, I've seen worse, I've seen better, but plan is to get her running, driving, have a toy, 4-speed Mopar. So let me know if you know anybody has some parts. I did pick up off the same guy that had the fenders. I picked up some seats out of a 65 Barracuda. But I don't know if they'll work on this one or not. Probably the brackets have to be changed. But they were getting rough shape. The brackets are rusted out. Let's see. So I'll have to fabricate some brackets for it anyway. But yeah, they're kind of sitting over here in a pile. Can't really see them. Light went out in here. So, sorry about that. Don't have much light in here. But you can see some extra parts laying around for it. Just kind of piled it back here. He had a new, different trunk lid for it. It's a solid one, so that'll work. Just have to paint her up. Original glass looks okay. Change some seals around. Of course, windshield shot. It's good for driver for now. Do have some headers for it. And Maybe a new water pump. Like I said, intake wise, probably just pick up a single carb intake. Um, the two carbs, more to tune, more expensive. So I'll try to keep you updated when I get a chance to work on it. It's like everything else, got too many projects and not enough time.